Church is a business. Some people cannot understand, how can church become a business? It's the Lord's business. The Bible says, in the time of festival, Jesus was a baby, and the family of Joseph left Jesus behind. When they now left Jesus behind and they went home, they could not find him. When they returned back to the place and they said, son, why don't you follow us to the house? Why you left behind here? He said, don't mind, it's my father's business that I am humbly here.
Wow, voila, the pressure is getting worse. I know there is nothing like that in the English dictionary, but you know what? We have to use it because so that it can sink in our head. It can sink in our medulla oblongata. The pressure is getting worse. Now, your own pastors have been coming online telling you guys the truth. This prophet Jeremiah is out here telling you guys that church is a business. And what he did, as usual, is to use the Bible for his own benefit, or to interpret or to back it up, so that you guys will know, yes, it's a business and there's nothing wrong for church to be a business. And then he was talking about when Jesus Christ, they were looking for him and he was in the business of the Lord. But did Jesus actually ask people to pay 10% of your salary? And did he actually do that? The only thing that Jesus said, I remember vividly, is what he said: give to Caesar what is Caesar's. And he was referring to the taxes. So the only taxes you're supposed to pay is to your government. If you have a business, you pay taxes. Now, number one, if church is a business, then why are these churches not paying taxes to the government? That's just my question. Because they have said that church is a business, why are they not paying taxes? Okay. The other day, Pastor E.A. Adeboye, you guys, you've already watched the video. He came out telling you guys that whatever he has been preaching for you, or whatever he has been preaching to his members concerning tithe and offering, that if you don't pay your tithe and offering, you might not make heaven, you will go to hell, is a lie. And he came and said it vividly on a video. And he said that it's not correct. It's not in the Bible. And I want you guys to listen.
I'm going to be apologizing for making a mistake, for saying that if you don't pay tithe, you might not make it to heaven. I'm sorry. That's wrong. That's not in the Bible.
Yeah, so you guys, what I'm saying is that when I say the pressure is getting worse, is because people are beginning to wake up. People are beginning to realize, these people, I mean, the people that really want to be delivered, is not everyone, because some people still believe that we are attacking churches, blah, 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 blah. No, it's just that the way they use the Bible to manipulate people and to make people believe that if you don't do this and this, they will now be threatening you to hell and heaven and all those things. Like, seriously, that's my own problem. Now, he said that when he's talking about church is a business, people have been saying it because vividly you can see that business is in the church. There's a lot of money in the church. That is why they can buy properties. That's why they are always traveling with private jets. That's why they are always wearing designers. And of course, people can say, oh, but they are also helping the poor. The money that they are using to help the poor is the money that they get from you. It's not their own money, because most of these African pastors are not working. And we keep saying billions and millions of times again that the problem we have in Africa is religion, because the amount of time that people spend in churches, this is the time they should be spending on their businesses. Remember that this man saying a church is a business, and that's why they took the church so serious, because they don't want to fail, because they don't want the churches to go down, because if churches goes down, that means they have nowhere to go. They don't have, of course, I know that they have made a lot of money, but you know, the more money you have, the more money you want. And once you make your name, nobody wants to lose their name. Nobody wants to lose their brand. The fact that you are a king, you don't want to be a commoner again. You want to remain a king until you die or until you resign. So that is the whole issue about church. You guys, church being a business. People have spoken, people have said, but now I'm glad that at least the pastors are now telling you guys that church are businesses. So my own question in all these church businesses scenario is that, would you want to invest in a business that does not give you profit? No, basically not. So I am not saying that you should not pay tithe, you should not pay offering. Do what you want. It's your money. You are the one working for the money. But just know that any businesses that you keep investing years and years and years again, and you're not getting any return, then it's a bad business. You have to stop doing it. You have to sit down and think of what you are doing. Now, the statement that this Prophet Jeremiah made, saying that when they were looking for Jesus, that he was in the business. Jesus was not there selling water, selling holy water, selling holy handkerchief, saying that if you don't pay your tithe, you are going to hell. No, he did not do that. So they are just using the Bible and, you know, turning it upside down just to back up their points. Now, when Pastor Oyedepo came and apologized, which I said in my video, I don't think that as an apology, because that was not an apology, because he said that at the end of the day, 10% is for beginners. So as a Christian, you know, as a strong Christian, you know, spiritual human being, you should be looking at 20, 30, 40%. So which I said that if you really apologize, then you are really, really sorry. And then you'll be quoting scriptures to back up, oh, I am really sorry. And I want to even teach you about tithe and offering the way the Bible put it, but they never do that. They never sit down and teach you that. They will still keep insisting that you have to pay. You have to pay, you have to pay, you have to give your money. But he now said that it's not in the Bible, but he still adds and say that if you want more results, then you should invest in this business that, like I've said, you should put your 20 and 30 and 40, because the more money you put, the more shares you get as a shareholder in a business. But in this scenario, people keep losing. A lot of people have been paying tithes and offering, waiting for God to come and answer them, and a lot of them die waiting. Yeah. On a lot of them, they don't even prosper, and then you wonder what's happening. Ask yourself, if this man truly thinks that if you give your money, you are going to prosper, why doesn't he himself give his money to the church and let him have a lot of money that he will now use to give you people? But it's always about taking your own money and now use that money to give other people. They are not necessarily giving their own because they don't work. All they do is to read Bible, pray for you, and then people believe, oh, if this is a man of God. I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with believing if somebody, because what works for me doesn't work for you. But the thing is, like, people are now become lazy. Yes, people have now made religion make them lazy. They don't want to work, they don't want to invest, because they are waiting for God to come down and do the work. It doesn't work like that. He will not come down. That will never work for you. Even the people are giving, the people that give, they also work behind the scene. They are working, and I believe it's their own effort that works, not the prayers or all those prophets. No, it's about you putting the effort, working so hard, and you will see clearly things working for you. Now, there was this other pastor, Oyedepo, the other day. He was now telling Nigerians that they should give more, that in this hard time, this is when to give more. And I was wondering, people are complaining about food, prices are rocketing, you know, like, oil prices, gas prices, like everything has become so expensive. Even inflation is so bad in Nigeria that the naira has fallen, I don't know to what. It's really, really bad right now. And that's why I keep talking about Nigeria. I know that inflation is happening everywhere, even where we are in Sweden and anywhere in the world, but I think it's more affects Africa. The economy is not really good and people are complaining. And not the man of God will come and tell people to give more. He was now giving an example of this when Jesus was preaching, and then there was 5,000 people and they needed bread and fish and he didn't have anything, and then one boy came and gave the bread and fish that the mother gave him, and Jesus multiplied it and fed the people. But that was an instant.
So in the midst of hardship, I increased my offering. That's what I did. I increased my what? I increased my offering. And my income increased. From the day I increased my offering, my income, I get money. In fact, in the midst of hardship was when I was getting more money. Because the principle of God cannot be broken, not by even the economy. In the midst of hardship, the boy gave his lunch and it multiplied. The best time to give is now. When?
Miracle. So, why don't the pastor now tell you to bring the 5,000 naira you have or the 10,000 naira you have, and he prays for it, and then it multiplies to millions and millions of naira instantly? Why do we have to be giving money to the church and then we are waiting for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and we keep giving? Jesus' miracles were instant. Even when he turned water into wine, it was instant. It was visible. But why is it that your own miracles, we have to be waiting for years and years before they manifest? So if you really say that you are a really man of God, start to do those miracles that we need the results now, because people are tired of waiting. It's really sad that a man of God that will just come out and tell people to be giving more when people are crying. When even his birthday, he was, cruising expensive cars. Why don't you sell some of those expensive cars and start giving to the poor? And people say, oh, do you know what he's doing to the poor? Yes, we know. But with whose money? Where is the source of his income? Is he working? And if he's working, if he has businesses, where did the money come from? It's still from the people. So it's high time. You as an African, you as a Nigerian, it's not time to give more. It's time for you to watch how you spend, because you don't know tomorrow. But you can't give more and more when you don't have. And then you will sleep hungry. Your business is suffering because you have to give to the church. That's absurd. That doesn't make sense. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to give you an update of what is happening in the churches. The pastors are now telling you people the truth, and it's high time everyone wakes up and see, yes, the pressure is getting worse and people are talking, and that's why they now come out with the truth, telling you the truth that yes, this is what we mean. We are really in business. We are doing business. And yes, with the tithe, if you don't pay, you are not going to help. But if you want multiplication, go to 20, 30, 40%. Yeah? And then, oh my goodness, guys, it's a lot. I'll give you more updates later. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I see you in my next one. Bye for now.